Coming up.
We just want some thicker calves, go from number 2s to number 1s.
So we want cattle that are efficient, gain well on the resources that we have available.
And somebody along the way told us, buy the very best bull that you can afford.
It all goes back to just good genetics.
4 producers share why they keep Barber Ranch Herefords in their pastures. Next on The American Rancher. I'm Justin McKee, and welcome to The American Rancher. Barber Hereford Ranch in Channing, Texas is backed by 120 years of Hereford genetic progress. That is quite a while. With advances in genetic technology, data collection, and a clear understanding of the industry, the Barbers have gained a lot of customers. 4 of them recently sat down with us to discuss why Barber genetics earned a place in their herd. We begin with Tracy and Wendy Savage of TWS Ranch, a cow-calf operation located near Sumter, Arkansas.
We got black baldies, we got Charolais, we got 3/4 Bremers, we got F1s. We have a big variety that we work with. We had 4 Bremer bulls, and they were okay, but we just wasn't getting the quality of calves that we wanted to have. We just want some thicker calves, some better looking calves, just to go from number 2s to number 1, so to speak, to get the more money and the more dollar value out of them.
We're limited to growth here where we're located. We're actually within the city limits. So we're trying to raise the best quality of animal that we can with the resources that we have available. As any producer, you have different challenges that you face, and with this region, we have a great deal of rainfall that can be challenging, and we have the extreme weather conditions from, minus 15 degrees to well over 100 with 95% humidity. So the heat stress is one of the major factors that we have in dealing with keeping the cattle comfortable and keeping them active, keeping them grazing. And then we have, factors such as flies and mosquitoes and horse flies and ants and armyworms with our grass. So we're trying to, sustain the best that we can with the environment. And we want to find cattle that work for us instead of us working for them. So we want cattle that are efficient, that gain well on the resources that we have available. So our grass has a lot of water and moisture content in it. And so, a female that's got a lot of body capacity is essential for us, for her to be productive and make it on the resources that we have readily available.
We are first-generation cattle producers, and we started out really knowing very, very little. 2005, 2006, we started this little project.
Our boys, Andrew, Austin, and Adam, we wanted them to have a show project, a cattle project. And so the deadline for purchasing an animal was swiftly approaching, and so Jennifer was breathing down my neck to get something bought. So I said, well, let's just run up here up the road and talk to this fella, and we did, and wound up purchasing 2 Hereford heifers, just straight off the pasture. The boys came home and started working them, and just like they were $1 million cattle, I guess.
And we placed last.
So we closed the gate.
And so from that point forward, we really began to ask for help. And we began to really study and look.
We started
and see,
studying, yeah.
And we just started asking questions. And there were so many that have been so helpful and encouraging for us as first-generation cattle producers, because where were the market trends and where were the genetically superior cattle being produced? And that's where we began to look. And at that time, showing cattle was very, very important to where were at that stage of our life, and everybody had other breeds. So we wanted to be involved in a breed that wasn't as popular. We started going to some national shows, and fun fact, my maiden name is Barber, so I would always say, well, we should probably check with my cousin and see if he has something that we would be interested in. And in fact, we really have no idea if we're related or not, but we did. We started looking there, and we knew that we needed to purchase a bull, and somebody along the way told us, if you don't do anything else, buy the very best bull that you can afford genetically, because he has the ability to advance your herd by 50%, because that's, it's a 50-50 shot when you breed a cow and a bull. So we took that advice. We have a partner family in North Arkansas, and we shared the purchase of a bull from Brett, and my goodness, how the pendulum has swung.
After the break.
These cattle have got it all, and that's what we need in the beef industry, is big, powerful cattle to be able to put everything in front of you.
Our producers explain the benefits of Barber Hereford genetics when the American Rancher continues. Keep it here. Welcome back to the American Rancher. The goal of every cow-calf producer is to put pounds on the ground on sale day. How they accomplish that goal depends on a lot of variables that make every operation unique, and some of those variables are difficult to control. But most producers agree that genetics can be a powerful equalizer, and Barber Ranch Hereford cattle have the power to push the scale above the average.
Here at Maine Cattle Company, we breed for muscle, depth of body, big bone, incredible udder and teat pattern, and just most of all, disposition and longevity. With Barber genetics, we've been able to achieve that. And you can see right behind me, these cattle have got it all, and that's what we need in the beef industry, is big, powerful cattle to be able to put everything in front of you.
We always looked for something that we thought at the time might have been genetically superior. Birth weight was very important to us. Weaning weight was very important.
Feet.
Feet.
We wanted to add some power to our herd. We wanted to add some more bone, but we didn't want to lose the look of what we've managed to produce thus far.
Our bulls are tough, stout, from the genetics we're getting from Barbers, but most of all, these cattle, they go out and they're tough and they perform in some of the rankest country that God put on this earth. And these bulls, you pull them off cows, they look almost as good as the day you bought them. And it all goes back to just good genetics.
The other big deal, obviously, is always going to be carcass quality.
Yeah.
And the end of the road is what's making it to the packer and then ultimately to someone's plate. And if we're not producing something that's superior, then we're really kind of wasting our time.
Watching the American Rancher one night and saw the Barbers on there, and they had a phone number, and I decided to call Brett Barber, and I called him, and he told us to come to San Salva to the sale and look at the Hereford bulls, and so we loaded up and went to San Salva. First person we ran up on was Mr. Barber, and my wife Wendy had her book and all, and he came and showed her the numbers and what we would need to do with the low birth weight bulls and all that, and got us fixed up with that. And we bought 4 bulls and brought them back, and we had a really good pen of calves to put on the variety of cows that we got, and we decided to go back the next year, and we bought 2 more bulls. You can look at the calves we got, they're even, there's some tricolor about them coming from the cows, but Barber Hereford bulls go well with all the variety of cows that we have.
The Barber Herefords have always been something that have caught my eye. We had seen Barber at national shows and saw the kind of cattle that they were producing, and those were kind of cattle that we wanted to be a part of. One, we like the docility that the Hereford breed offers, and we also like the extra stoutness and the heterosis that we're seeing, the maternal characteristics that those cows possess are something that we were looking for to retain ownership in. We need cattle that are efficient. We wanted to go to a source that had been there and was reliable and that had tried and true. And with Barber Ranch and the bulls that they're able to offer, the heterosis between the Angus female and the Hereford bull is really a magic cross. F1 baldy heifers are very desirable and easy to market.
Herefords have been around for as long as we can all remember. I mean, it's what our great-grandfather, grandfather, and father, we've all had them. And I mean, just the longevity, the maternal ability, disposition, you just can't beat it with a Hereford. And when you go back on top of a black animal or red animal or Brahman cross, I tell you the hybrid vigor that's there with a Hereford is just second to none. And you're gonna see cattle that don't just perform well in a pasture environment, they're gonna go into a feed yard environment and able to convert. And as soon as they take the hide off, the cutability is just second to none. With a Hereford bull or a Hereford female, you can achieve this.
We wanted to add some Genesis genetics to our herd. Our friend Sean Milliken that we partnered with on this Lot 1 bull from the very first offering that the Barber Ranch had from Genesis sons that were on the ground, lo and behold, we were able to purchase the bull that we call Moses at this point, and he has really just delivered everything that we hoped that he would provide. Our calves are heavier, they're weaning heavier, great bone structure, and they have the looks. It's always been a goal of mine to have good cattle, and it costs just as much to feed a good one as it does a bad one. So we have continuously looked for ways to improve our herd.
You know, introducing this Genesis son to our herd has really catapulted our herd to another level.
In my opinion, you know, even the smaller ranchers, if you got 30 cows, 50 cows, or 100 cows or whatever, and you're buying your bulls at the sale barn and having some issues or whatever, then if you'll talk to the Barbers, they've got the genetics figured out on this deal, so you can get some good genetics, get your herd improved, and get the registered bulls and know what you got, know what you're breeding to, and it's just a big plus to move up a step to the value of your calves.
Up next.
The Barbers have been competitive in the show ring for quite some time, and they weren't a one-hit wonder.
From the show ring to the pasture, Barber Ranch is a leader in performance Hereford genetics, and their fall bull sale is coming soon. Hear about that right after the break. Welcome back. The Barber family in Channing, Texas are known throughout the cattle industry as leaders in the development of top Hereford genetics, both in and out of the show ring. And coming up next month, you'll have an opportunity to add Barber Hereford genetics to your herd.
I'm really excited about our fall coming up. Getting ready for our annual bull sale down at San Saba on November 13th. The bulls that are in the sale, we've stressed growth with moderate birth weights, and we've stressed marbling. I'm really excited about the Hereford breed, putting an emphasis on CHB. These bulls will really qualify for premiums. They're going to be in the top 10% of the breed for marbling, and will get you a premium for certified Hereford beef. And we're really excited. The Hereford Association has hired a new director and really going to stress and promote that program. We've probably got over 15 bulls that are sons of a Bel Air bull that the Sidwells bought with us. Half of them are horn, half of them are pole. There's homozygous pole. We've still got the Genesis sons that are awesome numbered and weaning and yearling, stressing marbling again. You'll get to see Bel Air out here.
This is the original Bel Air bull. He's 8 years old now, but majority of our Hereford bloodlines run directly back to him. He's got a lot of sons out there in the industry right now, and they're all kind of known for their calving geese and their outstanding carcass traits. He's one of the highest marbling bulls in the breed, high CHB, low birth weight, really great numbers, and you'll see a lot of females all over our ranch, and a lot of the sires that we're using right now go back to him. This Genesis son is a great example of the bulls that we like to put through our bull sale. He's got the right numbers. He's dark red, really well pigmented and good looking, and ones that our customers have been asking to buy. This young herd sire is BR trending KO14 ET, and he's out of our trending sire, the main trending bull, and full sister to Genesis. In fact, his mother was out of the same flush as Genesis, G17. Besides his power and his structure and his great numbers, what we really love about this bull is his dark cherry red hair coat and his goggle eyes. He's also homozygous polled. This is a really young, exciting new herd sire that we haven't shown anybody yet. BRGKB Lucchese L177 ET. She's got two flushmate sisters that won junior nationals this summer. One won the Polled Bred and Owned show, and the other won the Grand Champion Horned Owned female.
These would be his flush mates, some show heifers that Aiden and Henley and Beckett successfully campaigned this summer, both at our state show in Belton, Texas, as well as at the Junior National in Grand Island, Nebraska. This heifer here was our Grand Champion owned heifer at Junior National that Aiden showed. Really nice flush mate again. These are all the same flush. All of these heifers did really, really well in the ring this summer. And the Grand Champion bred and owned female, again, another flush mate. These are June heifers. And this heifer was successfully shown and exhibited to the Grand Champion bred and owned honors by Henley and Beckett Barber. So two really, really highly competitive females. They kind of represent the epitome of what we're trying to do with the Barber Ranch cow herd. They're very, very maternal in their look. They're structurally sound. They've got great feet and legs on them. Very, very flawless in their design. Great set of numbers to go with it, but just really, really the upper level of both a functional cow herd as well as super competitive in the show ring for our young exhibitors here at the Barber family.
Then our female sale at GKB, December 14th. I guess in January, I'm really looking forward to evaluating the Hereford cattle in Oklahoma City at the National Hereford Show. That's really a bucket list item that I'm really looking forward to and very excited about judging with Bryden, my son.
The Barbers have been competitive in the show ring for quite some time, and they weren't a one-hit wonder. You know, it's easy to see that cattle can be looking good when they're under a fan and when they're babied and they're pampered and nurtured, but their genetics have been evolving for nearly 100 years, and they focus solely on the Hereford breed, and that's a testament to their hard work and their efforts and their mating decisions and their culling efforts to produce a quality animal that can compete on a national level. With the Barber genetics, they are doing something that we like to emulate as well. They show their show cattle, but they also expect them to go home back on the ranch and raise a calf every year and be productive and be sound and have some udder quality about them, and raise bulls that are stout and powerful, that have good testicular development, and that will get out and breed cows. So they're not one-dimensional. Sometimes show cattle can be a little bit more one-dimensional, and they don't really have the milk production and the maternal characteristics to make good cows. But at Barber Ranch, that's something that they demand of their cattle, is to perform as well as have the phenotype and the structure to hold up for years to come.
Two people that I've looked up to my entire life, it would have to be Dell and Mary Barber. I've known them my entire life. My brother and I showed steers that came from Dell and Mary, had a few select heifers that came from Dell and Mary, and my father and I have bought, probably over the years, 35, 40 head of females, and over a mess of bulls, 20 to 30 head of bulls. And I tell you, You couldn't ask for better people on this planet.
I can't think of any more quality people than the Barbers. They have bent over backwards to provide customer service and accommodate the needs that we have, and they stand behind their product. We had a situation where we had a bull that we had a little trouble with, and immediately, without hesitation, Brett said, "We'll take care of it." We were able to get another bull immediately and get our cows bred, and that's the difference of where you're buying your bulls from.
Anybody that wants a good bull, if you're interested in a Hereford, then see the Barbers because they got the best.
The entire Barber family invites you to join them at Jordan Cattle Auction in San Saba, Texas on Wednesday, November 13th, where they'll be selling around 100 bulls backed by cutting-edge Hereford genetics. You'll choose between horn, polled, and homozygous polled bulls that are powerful, docile, efficient, and fertile. And then join the Barbers in Desdemona, Texas on Saturday, December 14th for the GKB Cattle and Barber Ranch Female event. If you can't make the sales in person, bidding is available on bid.superiorlivestock.com. Log on to barberranch.com for more details. That's it for today. To learn more about us, visit our website at theamericanrancher.com and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Justin McKee. For Pam Minnick and the entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Central Life Sciences offers a wide variety of fly control products for the livestock market. Among those is our Starbar line of fly control products for premise fly control. That includes baits, sprays, and traps. These products are used in and around barns.
One of the things that the Barbers do here is they use a product called Clarifly. Very big difference, a very obvious difference pre-Clarifly versus post-Clarifly. You're going to see a huge reduction of animals. So I think they would tell you it's worked really, really well.